서투르게 사랑한 것처럼
Oh, the clarity of this microphone. I absolutely love it. I could hear the spit in his mouth. Just saying.
서투르게 사랑한 것처럼
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Herrera here. I hope that you're all well. This is a mini Yesung marathon, and the reason being is I haven't really been able to put together a proper list. I will definitely get there, but I was really missing him. This is definitely a symptom of being a cloud, isn't it? And I'm definitely a cloud. I have been diagnosed. It's fine. I'm dealing with it slowly, simple steps. But I wanted to get to this, and I know The More I Love You has been recommended to me from day one, and I have ignored you all for long enough, and I really feel like I am just desperate to listen to it. So I thought I'd sit down and film a reaction, but I didn't want to just film a reaction to this song, so I thought I'd throw in a few others in there. So in this reaction video, I've also included It Has to Be You, Grey Paper, Paper Umbrella, a live version of it, and Because I Love You. This in particular will most definitely be blocked, this Immortal Song performance. So I will post the full version on my Google Drive, and then you can watch the rest of it on YouTube as normal. So please do make sure that you watch this and have a look at my reaction. Tell me what you think of this version. But I have also included the SS4 version, so just for comparison. But I'm really excited to finally hear it. Let's begin. The weight of that song, by the end of it, he was very different at the beginning. He looked super nervous. His shoulders looked a little bit like tense. He was a little bit in on himself. And at the end of that, the way that he was breathing, he was owning that stage. He owned that song. That was amazing. And that went exactly where I was expecting it to go. And the thing with Yesung and his voice is because it's so dark, because it's so deep, it can sometimes be lost in music. And the thing with rock music is it's really actually quite nice when a voice can pierce through it, which his voice can when it needs to, but also B, when a voice can match up to the darkness of the instruments. And I feel like he ticks both of those boxes. He is so incredibly lucky with his voice that he has the darkness in his voice to be able to match up with such a strong like guitar in all of that. Like just the way that this song was arranged, composed, the original, I have no idea what the original sounds like. So I can only go by what I'm hearing here fresh. And that is that his voice was absolutely no less than any of the instruments used in that. His voice was an instrument as well. And I felt really emotional in that, as in, I was really wishing and willing for him to do incredibly well because I felt the weight of the pressure that he felt. Like, he looked super young there, so maybe Super Junior were not as huge back then. Him as a solo was not so huge back then. He had this weight to carry and he had something to prove, a point to prove. And I hope and I pray that that was a moment that kind of broke through the surface and got him a little bit more known. And it would have been really good if at that time the record label would have realized that actually this is a really strong member in our group, somebody who can be marketed as a solo. That didn't happen. That's fine, you know. Um, Destiny, fate, everything had other plans for him, but that would have been a real moment to kind of tap into that voice and that feeling that he would have created. And I can't wait now to see him perform this in a super show where he would have probably been a little bit more comfortable because he would have been surrounded by the ones that he loved, not only the members but also fans. A little bit more in control, a little less pressure. He's already owning it. Look at those shoulder ruffles. All right. You've already got a tongue out and nothing's even happened yet.
찾아가지
Look at that neck.
전동 넘어 거리에 오래전 그 모습 그대로는 서 있을 것 같아 내 기억보다 오래돼버린
Why do his eyes always look so painful? He's got so much sadness in his eyes. Wow.
언젠가의 너처럼 이제 너에게 난 나뿐이란 걸
That was such a great moment just then. Look, right? Just look. That moment right there, I love the way that this has been captured. Props to the people that put together the super shows because of the way that they film it, the way that they stage it. I love how they've captured the guitar in the back, and that guy is feeling it. And that is the instrument that Yesung and his voice have to match up to because you can't knock an instrument. There is nothing ever wrong with an instrument. And so when somebody matches up to that, you can do nothing else but get up and scream your head off and clap and applaud that person. And that's what Yesung deserves.
난 나뿐이란 걸 너를 사랑하면 할수록 멀리 떠나가도록 스치듯 시간의 흐름 속에 이제
Oh, this is such a great shot.
지나고 떠나면 말하던 너에게 시간이 흘러 지날수록 너를 사랑하면 할수록
Do you feel it? Do you feel the weight of that? This song itself, it's like a real uphill struggle. He is pulling this song. Whatever the meaning is behind this song, the lyrics of the song, there is something really intense about it. And it is just, I'm feeling that weight on my chest. It is crazy. This is a performance that's making me forget to breathe.
너를 사랑하면 할수록
Oh, listen to that guitar. Oh! I'm going to rewatch that little section. You knew I was going to rewatch that little section. And I just want to say, I already prefer this to the other version. And I'll tell you why. Because he's just a little bit more comfortable in this. He's looking really like sassy and cocky almost. And I really like that. Although I would say emotionally and vocally, note wise, nitpicky wise, the other performance was probably better. However, this is just spectacular. If I was delivered this performance and I'd paid a ticket, I would just destroy that whole place. I'd set fire to the whole place after that because nobody else dare perform anything after this performance. I have anger issues. It makes me want to just like flip my desk over. It makes me really mad. Ugh, that squeak in the middle. Ugh! And that is how you kill somebody with one stare. And a lip bite. God, I'm lucky today. Wow. Wow. I love this man a lot. Yesung, I love you a lot. A lot, a lot. I'm just so cringe, aren't I? I don't even care. I do not care. I love him. Oh, it already sounds like a Disney song, giving me Prince and Princess vibes. And here he is.
오늘도 내 기억을 따라
How do I marry a voice? Is that
헤매다
possible?
끝에서
Because
서서히
I want to marry this voice.
다신 볼 수도 없는 네가 나를 붙잡아 나는 또 이 길을 묻는다 널 보고 싶다고 또 안고 싶다고
Wow.
저 하늘 보며 기도하는 날 네가 아니면 너 없이 난 안 돼
It literally sounds like a Disney song.
이렇게 하루 한 달을 또 1년을 나봐도 좋아 내 맘 다쳐도 좋아 난 그래 난 너 하나만 사랑하니까 자 이제는 여러분 같이 불러요
Ugh, so sexy.
나 두 번 다시는 보낼 수 없다고
Usually, I don't like it when a singer is sat down singing. I feel like it really drains the energy out of their voice. But actually, this is quite interesting because I feel like Yesung is sounding a lot less breathy when he's sat down, a lot more in control. But that might be because of the song rather than because of anything to do with him being sat down. But he sounds really secure in his notes, secure in the phrasing. It's really quite nice. I mean, I'd put that down to microphone too.
너를 잃고 살 순 없다고
He sounds super healthy here.
네가 아니면 안돼 같이 불러 난 이렇게 하루 한 달을
This chorus is beautiful.
나봐도 좋아 내 맘 다쳐도 좋아 난 그래 난 너 하나만 사랑하니까 내 멍든 가슴이 너 찾아오라고
Oh, these lyrics.
미쳐 부른다 너 어디 거니
I'm right here.
나의 목소리 들리지 않니 나에게는
Ooh!
나 다시 살아도 몇 번을 태어나도
Oh,
하루도
that was really nice, but you know what? I wanted it to be like dropped down for just a second more. That would have been really nice to not be like typical song. You know what I mean? If they just held that momentum for just a little bit longer.
태어나도 하루도 네가 없이 살 수 없는 날 사랑 내가 사랑할 사람 난 그래 난 너 하나면 충분하니까 너 하나만 사랑하니까
But that's what I was gonna say to you. Dude. Can you imagine being sung to like that? With that voice? I always love the simplicity of Yesung's performances. It's always just him and a microphone. And that voice.
미안해서 하는 말이야 네가 울고 있어 하는 말이야
Wow.
숨이 막혀 삼키듯 한
I love this mix between, so he's going all whispery, all husky, and holding back a little bit, being very breathy. But then at the bottom of that is that baritone, is that bass. And it's so nice when it comes through because you're there, you're being sucked into this voice, into this performance, and you're thinking, oh, I'm feeling hurt, I'm feeling pain, sadness. And then that baritone and that bass come in. It's like slid in underneath. And then it's suddenly becoming rounded and ever so slightly warmer. And it's becoming a little bit more masculine. And I really, really like that. And that is just from the get-go. That is from just a couple of seconds into this performance. And that just hooks you. Those are the sort of things that hook me, those little tiny details.
멍청한 가슴이 서두르는 말
Like he's not even really singing.
참고 참아보고 막으려 해도
He's being really bare, really raw with us.
손으로 내 입을 막아봐도 내 마음을 써내려간 듯한 한마디
Oh, the sound of his breath.
천천히 걸어갈게 한 발 두 발 내게 익숙한 내 발걸음 한 발 두 발 조금씩 멀어져가다 사라져간다
Don't you get this sense from him that he will never say something that he doesn't mean? He thinks a lot. He will always consider everybody else's feelings and put forward something that is really heartfelt, well put together, well thought out. Um, yeah, that's a really weird thought I had.
지워지듯 잊혀질까봐 보이지 않는 듯 사라질까봐
Why do people hate on him? Like, really? All I get from him is really sweet vibes. I'm getting too deep into this, but don't you think, like, if you knew him and, like, as a girl, I feel like you'd have that relationship, like, he'd quietly kind of, like, look after you, make sure that you're being looked after and that, like, you're not going off into the wrong direction or meeting, like, the incorrect kind of people. And if you're, like, a guy and you're with him, he'd do the similar sort of thing. Like, you'd have maybe a little bit more of a playful relationship with him. Um, but I just feel like he's quite caring, but maybe he's not, like, openly that caring about people. He does things kind of like under the radar, and you often don't even know that he's done them until afterwards you're like, ah, actually, that was because Yesung did this for me or he did that for me. And I really get that. That kind of like strength in silence is the feeling that I get from him. I mean, no doubt this man can fight and scream and be playful and loud. Like, I really get from him that he really wants to do really well for us. It's never about him being like, listen to my fabulous voice, look at how handsome I am, look at how expensive my clothes are. It's always about, I really want to do well for you guys. Like, listen to what I've put together for you. This is me telling you how I feel about you. Ooh! Did you see the look in his eyes suddenly change? Oh!
잊혀야 하는 건 이런 나라고 제발 제발
And I don't think I've ever heard a live performance of this song,
네가 떠난 그 순간
but this was my introduction
온
to
세상이
Yesung.
내게서 등을 돌리더라 미친 사람같이 보고 싶어 헤매이는데 너는 지금 어디니 서투르게 사랑한 것처럼
Oh, the clarity of this microphone, I absolutely love it. I could hear the spit in his mouth. Just saying.
서투르게 사랑한 것처럼
Oh, sorry.
또 서툴러서 미안해 아무것도 모르고 널 보낸 나라서 온다 떨어진다 내 찢어진 하늘 사이로 한 방울 두 방울 봄날의 소나기
This is such a beautiful song. I have listened to this song a lot.
나보다 기억이 빛처럼 내린 새벽 밤새는 그 빛 속에 종이로 된 우산을 쓰고 있네 괜찮다고 했지만
Oh, that depth.
수 있을까 나도 모르겠어
I mean, I don't really know at this point what is it that we can do. This man and this voice needs to be heard by so many more people, needs to be loved by so many people, needs to be hated by a lot less people. There is just so much character, so much pain, emotion in this voice. Like, I almost want him to be like a voice actor. Like, I know that he acts, but just his voice alone needs to be a work of art and not just in singing. Like, there just needs to be something else, and I don't know what that is. He needs to tap into another market, and I don't know what that is. My comment is going nowhere.
그럼에도 꽃은 피는
Maybe in the world of ASMR, a little bit more.
없는 기다림 미련하게 사랑한 것처럼
It is so nice to see this because the microphone here is actually really strong. It's capturing the vocals really crisp and really clearly. Because sometimes he struggles with the mic, as does everybody, depending on where you are, what situation you are. Obviously, this performance can be like this because obviously he's not in a stadium. He doesn't need to perform out to thousands and thousands of people. But sometimes I find that he presses the microphone quite up to his face, and I don't like that because I want to see his face. But I understand why he does that, and I understand why artists do that or have to do that. But this is really nice because I'm really able to see how he's producing the sound.
요즘까지 또 미련했어 미안해
You see how he's really using his lips?
못해준 게 이렇게 발목을
That beautiful, beautiful neck.
온다 떨어진다 내 찢어진 하늘 사이로 한 방울 두 방울 봄날
Oh, those squeaks.
불러보다 기억이 빛처럼 내린 새벽 밤새는 그 빛 속에 널 보내던 그날과 같은 하루 몸이 굳어버린 날 그때처럼 더한 말도 움직일 수 없는데
There actually is this beautiful strength that comes into his voice when he sits down and he sings.
사라진다 내
I have never known depth quite like this. You know, he's that guy that you know that's always been there in your life. And you just don't know at what point that friendship turns into love. And that is what has happened. I know I fell for him really hard. But yeah, I just cannot believe that there is a man out there with a voice like this. I come back to that same statement every single time because I'm always astounded. Every time he opens his mouth, I am always astounded with the performances that he gives, whether that's like this or whether that's on stage. He is so special. Oh, I love it. Am I gonna get a whole story? He looks so good. Why is he so beautiful? This just doesn't happen in real life. Ah! I'm so sorry. That was me falling in love with Yesung right there. And me imagining that I was the waitress. Don't look at him. He's not yours. He's mine.
Because I love you every day, 'cause I love you every night. 一筋の愛が伝わるなら Because I love you 君のそばに幸せを Because I love you baby
Really? There is something about him singing in Japanese that does things to me. I have never been more jealous in my entire life. Gosh, look at all of this scenery they're using. I love Prague. And it actually is this beautiful in real life too. This is not even fair. Why is he so tall? Wow. I'm loving this interlude. It's so nice. It's very lengthy. I wonder if it's actually this lengthy on the actual track. Oof. Oh! And And we're transitioning into the favorite bit in every song, that end, where you suddenly pick it up a notch and then you drop in all of those beautiful ad-libs that Yesung is just known for. Let's take it back.
Because I love you every
Those runs, those squeaks, the warmth, it all just ramps up.
hit도 쓰지 너愛が伝わるなら Because I love you 僕が君の愛に
Oh, I bet he smells amazing.
Because I love you promise you
Don't show us. I don't think I can tolerate it.
Because I love you baby you
Was he imagining that? Look at that smile. Did you imagine that whole little love story? That's the kind of thing I do. Has she got a wedding ring on? What does it say? Is it his phone number? Was it a joke? Did it say I hate you? I mean, I don't like all this vagueness. Oh, that was just absolutely stunning. The song was beautiful, really, and you know how I feel about Yesung singing in Japanese. And that was a typical, like, beautiful ballad, sung so beautifully. I really love the visuals of that actually as well, and that made me like that gave me butterflies. That made me feel a certain way. That was quite interesting. Um, yeah, I completely like. If I wasn't in love with him up until this point in the reaction, I completely am over heels in love with him now. Um, I really love the way that this man is so masculine and that voice is so powerful, yet he looks so soft and unreal like a doll. This mix of everything, I think, is what has just captured my heart completely. Like, I just can't grasp that this is a real human being. And this is the same person, you know, this the voice and that visual, and somehow they go together. Like, that blows my mind. So yeah, that was my mini Yesung marathon for today. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Please talk to me about all of these songs and recommend me some more. What have I not heard? What have I not seen? I can't wait to hear all about it. I think if I'm going to pick out of all of those, I would say unexpectedly Grey Paper was stunning. I mean, The More I Love You, I knew I was going to love that, and I knew like the weight of that song. If so many people are recommending it, it's going to be spectacular. Um, I think Grey Paper somehow snuck in there, and I really loved the way that he performed that as well. It was beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me for that reaction. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe to my channel for lots more content. Like the video if you liked it, of course, and until I see you next time, take care, stay safe, bye.